Hello, Giliasovsky here, back talking about setting limits with the kids. I'm a big believer in positive discipline. I'm never one of these people who wants to tell you how to discipline your kids. Or they did this, so this is going to be the punishment. They did that, so we're going to punish them like this. You lose that privilege, you lose this privilege. I just love when parents start playing with their kids, connecting with them, looking at them in their eyes and seeing the turnaround in families where kids are just more naturally wanting to listen and cooperate because their emotional needs are being met. However, we need to know that we need to set limits with our kids. Kids need to know where they stand. If we're too rigid or too flexible, they are going to play with those. Right? So I like the idea of walking the middle path. So if Josh needs to come in at 7 o'clock for bedtime, bath time routine, then at 6:30, I believe it would be a good idea for mom to call out the window or go outside and say, Josh, you have about 15 more minutes to play, and then it's going to be time to come in. It's going to be time to do bedtime and bath time. And then 15 minutes later to say, honey, now it's time to come in. Now, naturally, a child may throw a fit, and that's okay. That's what they do. And then we say, I know, this is so hard, Josh. You really want to be out and play, but let's see if we can get enough sleep in today, and I can see that you can get your bedtime routine done quicker, then maybe tomorrow you'll have a little more time to play, right? On the other side of that, that is what I call positive discipline. Not in like the technical term of that, but you're connecting with the child feels seen and heard, and yet they listen. And then there are times that the kid says 10 minutes and 10 minutes, right? And what happens is when we're too flexible, then we swing to the other side and we start getting mad. And we're like, Josh, I told you, next time you should just know I'm never going to give you extra time. And we start losing it and we start acting like nuts. Look, I've been there. I'm going to freely admit it. There have been times when I've lost it and I've started saying, I told you so. I told you that if I give you this, then you have to do that, right? And we're like losing it. We're getting stuck and we're forgetting the process where really the idea is connection with the child. We have to set the rules. They need to listen. There's a certain amount of flexibility. And if we don't set the rules and if we're not consistent, it's not their fault. And the only one we should get upset at is at ourselves, right? On the other side, if we're too flexible, what happens is the child doesn't get a sense of consistency. The child doesn't get a sense of knowing that he can count on something. Routine is very important to a child's development. And that's why I love the idea of walking the middle path. I've taken that from DBT, which stands for dialectical behavioral therapy. And, there's always two sides, and in the middle is walking that middle path. And that's sort of just doing the wise thing. So I'd like to encourage you parents to start setting limits in a way in which the kid knows what's expected of them, and then they can follow through, and then they don't have to test the boundaries over and over again. And if they don't listen, there's a negative consequence. If you don't come in when you're supposed to, then the next day you've got to come in earlier because we need more time to get ready. Now, if they do come in every night at the right time, then perhaps they can get a treat. And we give them treats anyway. So, I always like getting those treats at the weekend because the weekend's a time for treats. For my Sabbath, we always buy treats for the weekend. So the kid was great. We give them an extra boost, right? So Josh then knows. He knows that his mother means business. He knows that his mother means well. He knows she's not going to go off into like an explosive state. And he feels good and taken care of. And then he can truly be relaxed and be a kid and play. And you as a parent can feel better about yourself because you're not going to be yelling all over the place. And one of the books that I really love that supports this idea is Setting Limits by Robert McKenzie. And I really like it because he shows you, it's an easy read, and he shows you in graphs, literally. Parent says, come in, Josh, and Josh ignores. Parent yells, Josh ignores. Parent yells even more. Josh starts crying, and it shows you exactly what we're doing. And then we think to ourselves and we go, oh no, this guy's on the money. We really shouldn't be doing that. We should just say what we mean and do what we mean and try to walk that middle path. Basic, common sense rules that help children feel safe, secure, and help the household run smoothly while leaving some room for extra fun and flexibility when, the summer's around. All right, I hope this was helpful. Take care.